Hello guys, so welcome back to my video. So this round I'll be sharing about CrowdStrike. So if you're a CrowdStrike investor recently, okay, the stock price has been hit again lah. All right, yeah, the most was around 37%, and it has been hovering around, around 30%, which is quite a huge drop, a 30% drop, right? Yeah, so whether, I think you're watching this video because you want to know whether it's an opportunity or not lah. Okay, so definitely this is the goal of the video. Okay, so the video here I'll be sharing, what's the fear lah. Okay, why the market, why the investors for CrowdStrike, okay, has been selling down the stock. Okay, what is the narrative, okay, that's been fed, okay, to these investors, and of course I will share my opinion and then my verdict, okay, on CrowdStrike, and of course I will share the current valuation lah. If you've been watching my YouTube video, I think for 2 years, close to 2 years, okay, I've been sharing about CrowdStrike, right? You can go back and check the videos. And I think I started when during this, if you all still remember the July outage, yeah, the whole world stopped, right? Because of CrowdStrike, and the price crash, okay, was 40%, which is roughly the same, okay, roughly the same like this crash here, also close to 40%, yeah. Okay, so and since then, if you have been watching my videos, the way I analyze, okay, the way I see differently than the market, okay, and of course, okay, my members, okay, of course, and me, we decided to take a position, and of course, since then, okay, the price has rallied up, okay, a lot lah. So whether, okay, this stock price drop here is it another reputation, okay, will CrowdStrike continue to recover? So I will definitely provide, okay, the answers, okay, to you guys lah. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. So in case, okay, you're the first time watching me, my name is Daniel from Better Investing Academy, and I'm a stock investor like you. I'm a co-founder of BIA, and our goal is to help people build wealth safely and consistently from stocks. And you can see here, these are my community members of investors from both Singapore and also Malaysia. And I'm also currently leading a community where inside I share my stock ideas, okay, or market updates, okay, like right now the software apocalypse and other things, and of course I'll be sharing my investing strategy. So if you are interested, you can click the link down below and join this community Yeah. So number one, so how to make money from stocks? Now, before I share about CrowdStrike, okay, I want to give a context first, because sometimes when you're watching my videos, right, you get information, but what is the purpose of this information? Okay, why BIA and me, all right, we are quite different from other videos that you watch from YouTube. Okay, because of the way we invest, all right, and we find that it's sorry, and we find that this way here, okay, of research or providing information will give you guys an edge over the market, and that's how you make money. Okay, so let me explain further so you understand. So you see, when you watch my video, you can see a lot of my sharing is a lot on fundamentals, right? Okay, so I always invest in fundamental, good and growing companies. Yeah, so like right now, market is crashing, okay, for the software stocks or whatever. All right, so it will definitely be very emotional. Yeah, so if you are focusing on news headlines or even read analyst reports, definitely it won't help you. It won't help you, because all you see is all only bad news only one. Don't okay? So it will be very, very, very even worse, to be honest. Yeah. So the only way to help you, okay, to go through or even like tahan on holding this stock, right, is to make sure your companies that you invest are doing well. Or maybe the narrative, which I will explain later, okay, what's the narrative for CrowdStrike here, that what being said about your companies are wrong. And you only dare to say you are wrong if you really know what's happening with the company and you understand the company, right? So this will be a very strong anchor, right? A very strong anchor, or increase your conviction so that you don't make hasty decisions or even emotional decisions. All right. So at the end of the day, I think you all know, okay, how BIA invests. We invest in fundamental companies like Warren Buffett. As long as the company continue to grow, continue to be increased in their fundamentals, okay, the stock price will always recover. Okay, especially for high quality companies. Mainly, you need to understand this one very simple logic and common sense. Okay, and I wrote here in my community, and stock price will always come back once the market as a whole is confident again. But right now, the market is not confident, very fearful, right? So stock price will come back when they are confident, or when they realize their original assumption of the company is wrong. And this is the purpose of this video here. Okay, is their assumption on CrowdStrike correct or wrong? All right. So the next thing you need to think of is if money don't flow back to these good companies, then where do they go? Right. So that's why you need to focus on the good companies. Yeah. Okay. So this is in general the context. Okay. Now that you understand this philosophy already, and now you will know how to make use of the information I will share with you. Yeah. So number one is the fear. One is the fear currently. Two things. All right, for CrowdStrike, which is a SaaS apocalypse. All right. Number one is because of this company from Anthropic. Okay, their tool is the Claude, and they released another software called Claude Code Security on February, and most recently Claude Mythos, and on March 2025. 2026. And these two here are the ones that affected the whole cybersecurity. Right? Cloud Code Security, in short, these two are roughly the same thing, meaning to say they have provided a tool that can scan the codes of the cybersecurity software, and they can immediately find vulnerabilities. That means find codes that is very weak or there's a loophole there. Okay, and they can immediately write the fix to patch it. That means to repair it. Okay, and Mythos is the one that is better, way better. All right, so they are able to, when they release this news, a lot of the cybersecurity stocks, fell, including CrowdStrike, of course. Okay, so the narrative is this. What is the narrative that's been fed to a lot of the market right now on cybersecurity stocks? Number one, first, anyone can just use Claude to vibe code and create a cybersecurity software or replace CrowdStrike. So I think it's a very superficial reason. I mean, I really do not know why the market is so panicked about this. Meaning to vibe code means that anyone, including you and me, we can just type in the sentence like how you talk to ChatGPT or Gemini. All right. And then you can just please help me create, whatever. Okay, you want to tell them, then you will create a software, okay, and protect your computer or whatever. Okay. Yes, Claude can do this. It can do this right now. That's how good Claude is right now. Right. So this is the narrative. Now, second thing, if Claude can find every bug, that means the codes there's wrong one, and fix it, then why do we need CrowdStrike to protect us from hackers? So these two things has been feeding to the investors in the market, which makes them so scared, so panicked that CrowdStrike will be disrupted. I tell you, for us now, that we have been investing in CrowdStrike for close to be honest, 4 years already, because we have been holding CrowdStrike since 2022 and 2023. I tell you, the market is, lack of a better word, I really want to use this word, very stupid. It's really very, very stupid. And you will know why after you watch this video. Yeah. So the misunderstanding, this is the one that I want you guys to know. And I want you guys to react or think, or feel very differently. And that's how you, from the market. So this is how you become a contrarian investor. Now, number one, I tell you why AI or even Claude cannot replace CrowdStrike easily. Okay. Number one is this massive threat intelligence network, meaning to say, CrowdStrike has a lot, millions of endpoint computers, because CrowdStrike has access to the computers, the phones, the data centers, the cloud, all of these. All of these things are physical presence that Claude cannot replicate at all. So this is, in a sense, a network effect in the security data. All right, you cannot write code or copy millions of network. You cannot do that. Right, and this is one of CrowdStrike's strongest feature. They are able to collect millions of data a day, or they claim it's trillions Okay, so this is something Claude cannot do. And of course, when it comes to cybersecurity, human experience and the expertise is very, very important. You need to foresee the future, how the future cyber hackers will do. And then, because if you are just using software, you are just using past information. It's very hard for you to foresee. And these kind of things need real life experience. Yeah. And of course, CrowdStrike has deep enterprise integration. It's very even difficult to pull out from an enterprise. And because of this, the switching costs are very, very high. And of course, in cybersecurity, let me tell you this, besides cost, because a lot of people say, CrowdStrike can easily be replaced. I can now create a software myself. I save money. I do not need to pay millions, to CrowdStrike. Wrong. Because in cybersecurity, cost is not a valid reason. Because in cybersecurity, the most important is safety. I don't want my company to have issues, to have got hacked, or my operations got disrupted. Okay, so that's why brand and trust is the most important when it comes to selecting a cybersecurity company. Okay, so because of this AI, I tell you, this narrative, okay, is debunked already one. Okay, they can't easily replace CrowdStrike. Okay, and the second thing is this: people thought cybersecurity, is so easy. Okay, for example, let's go back here. If they can find a bug, excuse me, if they can find a bug and they can just fix it, okay, then why I need to get CrowdStrike? Because my software is perfect, right? Perfect ready, and I do not need cybersecurity. That's another wrong assumption, because in cybersecurity there are a lot of things. What Claude is doing is just fixing the code of the software, the cybersecurity software. That is a small, tiny part of a cybersecurity whole ecosystem. And that's why you can see there are so many here. There are vulnerability, customer identity, endpoint. This one, for CrowdStrike is the most famous. They start here. And then CrowdStrike expand to other things also. You can see all their logos here. So this fixing the code, the cybersecurity code, is just one part, one small feature, okay, of a cybersecurity ecosystem. Okay, this is the first thing. Then George Kurtz, okay, I think he also got frustrated with all of this narrative, right? And he even make a post, okay, and tell investors directly. He even used Claude to ask. Okay, you see, there's been a lot of noise lately about Claude replacing security products. Why not go straight to the source and ask Claude directly? Okay, so you see, in Claude code, build me a tool to replace CrowdStrike. This is what the first prompt here. And then Claude reply, I have to be straightforward. Building a replacement of CrowdStrike isn't something I can do. Okay, why? They give the reason. CrowdStrike is a massive platform, thousands of engineers. Okay, its core capabilities, real-time, blah, 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 monitoring across millions of devices, which I said earlier. Okay, then they have a lot of whatever things here. Okay, I will summarize you later on. So in short, what I want to tell you here is not to understand what he's saying. What I want to tell you here is the CEO is so confident that this narrative is so wrong that he even dares to go and ask Claude, can you replace it, and then post it out and let the investors know. Okay, yeah. So let me summarize everything what George Kurtz here is saying much easier in the easier language for you guys. So the difference here is this between Claude and CrowdStrike. Okay, in the Claude mythos, okay, the latest one, is a difference between an architect and a security guard. Claude is an architect, meaning to say he can look at the current code of the cybersecurity software. And then, okay, for example, they say, there is a weak window here. Then your window here, a thief may come in easily. Okay, you fix it. Put it a much better window. Maybe put it with a steel or reinforced glass, for example. This is proactive security. This is what technically Claude is doing. But the whole market got so scared of this that they sell down the whole cybersecurity stocks, including CrowdStrike. But the thing is this, companies still need CrowdStrike because CrowdStrike actually acts as the security guard. Because this security guard will continue to guard your house 24/7. Okay, it watches in real time for someone trying to climb through the window, and that is runtime defense. And it doesn't mean that you reinforce the window already. That means you are forever 100% safe. All right, burglars or thief will improvise, right? For example, and that's where if you have CrowdStrike, you put security guard, it's even better. He notices the hack before it happens. And that's when CrowdStrike comes into the picture. Okay. So again, why Claude can't replace CrowdStrike? Because even if Claude fixes every bug in your code, a hacker can steal an employee's password, trick them with a deep fake, or use a zero-day exploit that has not been found yet. Because you need to understand, hacking into a software is not true digitally. Cyber hacking right now can be happening in the real life. Yes, that's how people hack. They thought that if you secure the computer, you said no. Hacking actually comes in real physical life first. They may, for example, try to get information from the current employee. Okay, whatever they want to do, because I saw a video before. That's how hackers work right now. And you need CrowdStrike, okay, to be able to protect from these kind of suspicious behaviors. Okay, so that's why, okay, the companies need CrowdStrike. So when that happens, you need a sensor on the device to stop the attack in milliseconds. So Claude is not a sensor, it is just a brain. Okay, so another one. Oh, sorry, wrong slide. Okay, this one. Okay, next. The news the market didn't know. For those of you who watch my video, you will know it. Yeah. Do you know Anthropic and CrowdStrike are partnering together? And Anthropic is launching what we call a Project Glasswing that brings together all of these companies. And can you see the name here? CrowdStrike. Of course, if you are a cybersecurity investor, stock investor, Palo Alto. So far, there's only two cybersecurity companies, right? So the thing is this: when they've created this cloud mythos model, right? They said it's so powerful at hacking, they decided that it's too dangerous to release to the public. So instead of a public launch, they formed Project Glasswing. So instead of uh, uh, the possibility of hackers having this model or a similar model to attack, they turn it to make it into a defenders only alliance. And one of them, these founding members, is CrowdStrike. So you won't partnering with someone who is replacing your software, right? Or for example, if Cloud is so good that you say you can replace CrowdStrike, then why are you getting CrowdStrike in to join you as a founding member? You need to think of this logically, right? Okay, so after they launched this Project Glasswing, CrowdStrike launched a very detailed blog, okay, and about what is it, what are they doing, and how CrowdStrike, what is CrowdStrike's role, okay, in this Glasswing project. So I already summarized everything for you guys. So simple, Cloud Mythos is good at finding the weak codes. To a point, they is supposed to be a good tool. They found out because they are so good at finding these bugs or even weak codes, right? It can be turned into a tool to hack other software because it's so good, okay, at coding and whatever. Okay, so they are so scared in a sense. Okay, so Mythos here is so good that they are able to find vulnerabilities that had been hidden for 27 years, okay, in the software. Meaning to say that software, right, so far for 27 years, hackers haven't found it, but Mythos are able to find it. That's how good they are. So that's why, in a sense, it can be turned into a weapon, in a sense. So because of this, right, the success rate, the success rate for this is a near 83% success rate. They can find this code, okay, the lock it, and can even hack it. Okay, they can find the lock and build a key almost instantly. That's how powerful this software is. Okay, so that's why they get CrowdStrike in. Okay, CrowdStrike right now, why? Why they did this? Simple. Because Claude is like the brain only. I can do all the coding and stuff and everything. But what I don't have, okay, or what Claude don't have is the body and the nervous system. Okay, what does this body and the nervous system means? It means all the millions of networks, the data, okay, and the customers, okay, that CrowdStrike has. That is what it means. So CrowdStrike right now, do you know what they do? They use Mythos to find zero-day bugs in their own software and the customer software and patch them before anyone else know they exist. So if you are talking, saying Mythos will replace CrowdStrike, no, they are even using this to improve their offering, to make their software even stronger. Because right now I can use this Mythos to what? Make further repairs, find any possible errors, and repair it before any hacking happens. Right? So Anthropic is essentially saying we built a super weapon and we are handing the remote control to CrowdStrike to keep the world safe. Okay. So what you need to understand here is, all right, this one is not so important. This one, okay. While hackers will eventually get their own Mythos class AI, CrowdStrike now already has first mover advantage. They are now using the world's most powerful AI to find the holes before the bad guys even have the tool and exploit these holes. So that's why, okay, they are working together. So Claude cannot protect if you have nothing to protect. And that's why they need to partner with CrowdStrike. And that's why they say this: you cannot govern or protect what you cannot see. Cloud Mythos is great at finding bugs, but it needs CrowdStrike's visibility into millions of laptops to know where to look. So they already admit I cannot even replace CrowdStrike. Well, I don't have your visibility, I don't have your data, I don't have your connection, I don't have your network. Okay? All right. So I hope you can see what I see now in CrowdStrike. So what is the verdict? Okay. Oh, before that, all right. So I hope you guys enjoy so far the information. Okay, that is how you can get an edge in the market. Yeah. So if you like this kind of information, this kind of updates, I definitely share a lot. Okay, in my community, you can see here I've been sharing a lot. Okay, especially what happens right now in the market. All right, if you are finding a community, you can click the link down below and join. Okay. Now, so this is my verdict. By being a founding member, CrowdStrike has first mover advantage or early access to the most powerful offensive AI. And he's turning them into a defensive shield, which is CrowdStrike's role. So I'm telling you, CrowdStrike has got even stronger than before. Yeah. Okay. So CrowdStrike isn't just a normal security company like other cybersecurity company. They are the exclusive operator. Okay, because they already get their hands on Mythos, right? And they are one of the most advanced AI security company in this right now. So whatever lah. Okay, sorry. So Anthropic choose CrowdStrike to be its primary partner because they know Claude is useless without CrowdStrike's data and reach. And to a point, this news here, you can see Trump even summoned bank leaders over terrifying new threat to global financial system. Because of this mythos. So essentially, the big corporations are panicking. So you think in your mind, when this kind of thing happen and cybersecurity is very important, who do you think they will find first? Who do you think they will find first? Okay, if you want to pick the best cybersecurity company, do you pick one that uses Claude Mythos or not? So I think you know the answer lah. You know, I know lah. Okay, all right. So what is the valuation right now? Yeah, so CrowdStrike, you can see here, has been dropping, quite a lot, in the sense 30% for a very strong company. Yeah, and you can see the valuation, the multiple for price to sales ratio on average, okay, it's around 25 here, but right now it's around 21. It's very difficult, very, very difficult to get CrowdStrike to be very, very undervalued, unless a very big major event during the June 2024 time. That was the only time very super cheap. Okay, but right now, okay, I would say it's just right a bit below their normal valuation. Yeah. So if you can see, based on our own calculations, okay, and of course to my communities, right, the valuation range, okay, if you are very conservative, yeah, is at 380, which is currently fair value. Okay, very, very conservative type of valuation. Okay, based on the multiple, which is we use with multiple, we say 16. If 16, then yeah, all right, it's around 380. But of course, if based on the average, which is around 22 times, all right, because you can see in the you can see above, right? There is around 22, around or 22, 25. You can see, so it's around 511, which has a potential upside of 27%. Okay, so this company here right now, I would say currently roughly fairly valued or a little bit undervalued only, but the company has gotten stronger. Okay, and of course, with this AI era right now, cybersecurity will get even more important. Yeah, so I personally foresee growth more in the future. Okay, so again, guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, I hope I can change some of your views or get some very good information, so that now you know that the market is roughly very stupid lah. Okay, when they believe this kind of narrative here. Yeah, so that's how BIA invests. Okay, we go and find information so that we are able to debunk what the narrative is saying out there. Yeah, then that's how we turn something, the stock, that price that drops, people others see is a risk. But for me, with this information that I have, I personally think it's an opportunity, and that is how I'm able to be a contrarian investor and take advantage of it. Okay, so again, go back, please do your own due diligence. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys.